consecutive 20-point games in NBA history at 140. That's after he broke Wilt Chamberlain's record earlier this season. But that's actually a regular season record, and it's still active. And that's what makes the Lakers, what they did in Game 1 of the conference semifinals, so impressive here. Because they held SGA under 20 points for the first time all season long. So, Kendrick Perkins, how exactly did they do it?
Well, Malika, listen, we call him Shea Butter for a reason. It's because he's smooth and he always get off, but the Lakers buttered him, okay? And they bobbled him up in a way that we've never seen before. Excellent game plan. I want you to look at Marcus Smart, applying pressure, testing his handle, and then all of a sudden calls for the double team, traps him, get the ball out of his hand, and then you have LeBron James, one of the best in the business at reading plays, gets the steal, get out in transition. Okay, here we go in the second half. Again, all attention. They don't even care about Jalen Williams. They leave, LaRavia comes and trap. All of a sudden we looking, great activity. Austin Reeves reads the play, you force a turnover. But unfortunately, it didn't work. You hold Shea to 18 points, but all of a sudden in those 18 plays that he was trapped, the rest of the Thunder went 8 for 13 from the field and 3 for 4 from the three-point line. So, again, this is what makes the Thunder so dangerous is because they have so much depth and so many guys that can play at an extremely high level that sometimes you don't need SGA to score 30 or 35 points.
And meanwhile, Perk, the Lakers are going to have to try to keep finding a way without Luka Doncic. And the Lakers, they went 10-8 in the games without Doncic during the regular season, but they only went 4-8 against eventual playoff teams, and they were outscored by almost 10 points per game in those contests. And Luka, he actually spoke about the rehab process for the first time yesterday.
Yeah, I'm running. Right now I'm running, but I haven't done any contact. I haven't been clear yet to do any contact. I'm just doing everything I can, like I said. Every day I'm doing stuff I'm supposed to do. Obviously recovery, now I'm working. But like I said, doctor said 8 weeks at the beginning of the first MRI. I'm just going day by day, and I feel better every day.
So let's just check in on the timeline here, right? Because it's been 5 weeks, actually exactly, since Luka's initial injury. That was on April 2nd, also against the Thunder. That means by his timeline, he's still 3 weeks away. Even if this series went a full 7 games, it seems unlikely that Luka would be back until the conference finals if the timeline that he's talking about stays the same here. So since we're talking about Luka, it doesn't seem like he's going to be coming in through the open door as the knight in shining armor anytime soon here, Brian. So for the Lakers to do the improbable, to even up this series, what needs to happen?
They did so many things well in Game 1.
They really did.
It's a little bit disheartening that they still lost by 18. One of the things they got to do is they got to get the turnovers down. And they forced a bunch of turnovers, as you were illustrating, but 18 turnovers for the Lakers. The Thunder are obsessed with possessions. The first stat that they look at during the games is how many possessions do we have? Before rebounds, before anything else, how many possessions? They actually played them even in possessions, guys, in this game. That is a victory because the Thunder beat everybody in possessions. But the 18 turnovers, they could have had a possession advantage. They only got 90 points. They're going to have a hard time scoring without Luka against this team. I know it's simple. Everybody says it. The Thunder are bred to cause turnovers. But that's a place to start. Keep the turnovers down. You give yourself a better chance.
Well, and you got to value the hockey assist because we just showed on those highlights the turnovers came from guys trying to either make the assist, the home run pass.
Right.
You got to make the hockey assist, the pass to the pass. But I'm going to say this. Austin Reeves, he has to show up. He has to show up. Rich Paul caught a lot of heat on his podcast with him and Max Kellerman. I forget the name of it, but when he said, hey, it's Austin Reeves and Luka guys that you go build your franchise around. And the answer is, can you deliver, Luka? Austin Reeves. Braun needs you. We can't put too much ownership on Marcus Smart. He got the assignment of guarding SGA. I know they double teaming him in the half court, but he putting so much energy in picking them up 94 feet, denying them and stuff like that. So this is a moment for Austin Reeves. He's auditioning right now.
Here for this Game 3, if he is going to miss time, what's that going to mean for New York?
Okay, a few things about that. First
off,
teams typically don't 100% know when a hamstring injury because it's soft tissue.
Right.
Secondly, teams will do subterfuge in the playoffs. For example, in the last round, the Toronto Raptors listed Emmanuel Quickley as day-to-day and questionable with a hamstring injury. He never played in the series, okay? So also, 2 years ago, OG missed 4 games with a hamstring injury. Came back in Game 7, was completely ineffective. Shouldn't have come back, but whatever. Earlier this year, he had a hamstring injury. He missed 9 games. So the Knicks probably have to prepare, and let's hope that it's not that serious and that he's able to come back. But the Knicks probably have to prepare to miss him for a little bit of time. And we know that it's important. Now, when I will say this, Perk, if you're going to have OG injured, do it when you're ahead 2-0 in the series.
Right.
Okay? And do it when this guy right there, that shot, Mikal Bridges is playing his best basketball of the season right now. And the Knicks overall are playing their best basketball of the season. So they have some margin for error here, and they can withstand this, but don't expect him to be fresh as a daisy anytime soon.
Yeah, y'all ever seen the movie Friday?
Of course.
I know every line, Perk.
Yeah, so you remember when Smokey
Don't
was
mess with
like,
my emotions.
you remember when Smokey was like, I be playing mind games with Debo, right? This is one of them situations. I feel like the New York Knicks are playing mind games with the Philadelphia 76ers when they list them day to day. Because if I'm in the front office of the New York Knicks, it's nowhere in hell I'm bringing them back for 3 and 4. Like, it's not no day-to-day. No, you're out. We'll see you for Game 5 if you're available and if it's not that serious. But shout out to our producers and you, Malika, for pulling up that graphic about the importance of what he means to this team and his impact on both ends of the floor. Because one could argue that he might just be the most important player in the NBA to his team's success.
O'Brien was saying that he thinks he's the best two-way player left in the playoffs right now.
He's playing, I think, the best basketball of his career. Right now.
You know what? I can't argue with that. Now, we still got Wemby and Jaden McDaniels, but what I saw from him last night, especially when they went to that small ball lineup, he was playing the center position. And he did a damn good job at playing it. He allowed them to get out. It didn't affect them offensively. They had the space for Big Body Brunson to go to work. So again, the New York Knicks are looking like the favorite of coming out of the East. Let's be honest here, right? The Cavs, they have flaws. Detroit, right? And so when I'm looking at it, I'm saying to myself, like, hey, look, be cautious with this.
Right.
I wouldn't even, he wouldn't even get on the plane going to Philadelphia if it was left.
I think they take a bus.
Yeah, I think they might be driving. They might be driving to Philadelphia. Brian, real quick. So looking ahead to Game 3, where he is listed as questionable, but we don't know whether or not he's going to play. Who do you expect to slide into that spot if he is unable to go?
Good question. So they have a couple of different ways they can go. They can go with Miles McBride and play a little smaller because Mikal Bridges can slide down to really, a lot of people think he's a 3 anyway.
Yeah.
And then you can start big. You can put Mitchell Robinson and Karl Towns together.
But we know they're not afraid of playing the hack of Mitchell Robinson.
That's true. Some of it may depend on whether or not Joel Embiid plays. They may try to figure out whether they should play small or big. So there's some ways they could go. They could play Landry Shamet too.
Right.
Mike Brown has some options.
Yeah.
But I will just say that the Knicks are in a good. Obviously, you're going to lose a player. It's never a good time. But they are playing their best basketball. Bridges has a bunch of confidence right now. They can withstand. They can withstand this.
Well,
Not again.
Yep.
Not again.
Today, Stephen A. Talking Knicks, and he appears.
Thank you. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
What's up?
Oh, you're in a better mood, huh?
We're just talking about the OG injury.
It's not that bad.
Oh, we put him in a worse mood again.
Listen. Don't play him Games 3 and 4.
That's what Brian was saying.
Don't play him Games 3 and 4. Let him sit out. Worst case scenario is you coming back to the Garden tied 2-2. That's the worst case scenario. And I don't think that's going to happen. Somebody might step up. You might be able to steal one in Philadelphia. You do what you got to do to make sure OG is going to be all right because we need him to go to the finals.
Yeah.
We're not going to the finals without him. We need him to go to the finals. So you do everything you can to preserve everything for him. Therefore, he'll be ready for Detroit, I believe, who will beat Cleveland. I believe they'll beat Cleveland.
Okay.
So I'm going to need him for Detroit.
We were saying that he may be the single most, when you're talking about two-way players, that he might be the best two-way player that's left in the playoffs right now.
Might be.
Wemby obviously has a case for that.
That's right.
Jaden McDaniels, Burke was saying.
And Jaylen Brown is home.
What Perk and Stephen A. are
That's out of left
saying,
field.
what Perk and Stephen A. are saying is act like a championship contender. If you got a team that's playing this well, act like you got to play 4 rounds. Act like you can withstand the loss of a key player.
Well put.
And hey, listen, they've won 5 games in a row. They're up 2-0. They're in great shape.
But Wendy, again, we're talking about the Knicks. in their fan base.
Well,
They're delusional.
talk how you want to.
No, I know, but they need teaching. They're learning through this process on how to act like legit title contenders.
You
right?
being a champion.
I'm just saying, certain cities that they just
I will openly admit, we do get a bit beside ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They win a game or they win a series. Like when they beat Boston last year. Hell, I was at the Garden acting like we didn't win a championship. We do have to calm down. There is standards to meet. There's a difference between a championship and winning a playoff series. I get it. We got to calm down. But that doesn't mean we lack appreciation for what we're seeing from them offensively with Mike Brown putting the ball in Cat's hands and turning him into a facilitator and a playmaker, and Jalen Brunson off the ball, and Mikal Bridges finding a stroke, and OG being that wild card playing the way that he's been playing. The New York Knicks are looking like a team. They've looked like a team at least over 4 games. I'm not going to say last night, but the previous 4 playoff games, they look like a team that could win the championship. But that was against Atlanta and game 1 against Philly. That's not OKC. That's not San Antonio.
The best thing they got going for them is they won last night.
Yeah.
If they'd have lost last night, we would have had a different conversation. Now they have a margin for error. So
But
they
they
need to
didn't.
use it.
Well, let me say this. Now, we do got to highlight Big Body Brunson and what he's been doing in Philadelphia. And I ain't talking about winning the national championship. I'm talking about over the last 2 seasons. In Philly, he's damn near averaging close to 40. Like, real talk. So he's real cozy in that arena.
And they love him there because of his Villanova days. So it's like another home game.
That's why Joel Embiid said this is like Madison Square Garden East. You did bring up the San Antonio Spurs,
Yes.
and you did bring up the